Hi Intel folks! It's time for another chat with Deb, and today we're going to focus on an app called Evernote. This is a great tool to use with your students or yourself professionally to be able to keep notes and keep track of things and even send yourself reminders. Today is all about mobile learning and note-taking. Alright, I'm going to look at Evernote from a student point of view. So here I am on the web, evernote.com, and if I look over here on the left-hand side, I see this pane where I have all notes, and then I've already started to create what are called notebooks. Think of it just like notebooks that you would have in your backpack, except they're electronic. So I made one for my class that I have algebra and another for my biology class. Let's say I needed to make one for yet another class. All I need to do here is go to my notebooks, and I would click on New Notebook, and then I would name it. Next I hit save, and you can see I now have notebooks for 3 of my classes, and you could do all of your classes over here. Next I want to create what's called a stack. I want to put all of my notebooks into a stack for my sophomore year. To do that, I simply take one of my notebooks and click and drag it onto another, and it'll say create a new stack. We'll call this sophomore year. You see now that it has kind of stacked them so that biology and sociology are within a larger notebook called sophomore. Think of this as my backpack with my notebooks inside. I'm going to also take my algebra and put it inside of sophomore year as well. Now let's say I'm in my algebra class and I want to take a note or get some notes about what's happening in my class. All I need to do from here is go up to add a new note. I can title my note, so perhaps I'm going to name it the lesson. From here, it's pretty easy to take your notes. Once you click in the notes box, you have all of your basic word editing tools. You can even insert a table if you'd like. You can attach a file to your note if you want to. You can even put in hyperlinks where the 3 little dots are. There's more, and it allows you to hyperlink your text. One of the features I really like, though, is let's say that the teacher has a bunch of notes written on a chalkboard or on a whiteboard. One of the things the students could do is get the Evernote app on their phone or tablet. So I'm just going to go onto my Evernote app, and once I'm signed in there, I can go and find my notebooks, find the notebook for algebra, and even click on the note for today, lesson 1. From there, I can go to the bottom and actually take a picture with my camera. So I could go up here, look at the chalkboard, take a picture, and then send that picture directly to my Evernote note. So as you can see here, my note is in there, and I just wrote a little text below explaining that this is my teacher example. I know it's not really an algebraic example, but it's a chalkboard. So another great feature if you're using a mobile device or a tablet is that you can also record an audio note with Evernote on your phone or your tablet. So if I click the audio note, it will record my voice. When I'm done, I hit the done button, and it'll automatically insert that audio in my note. So you can see right here is my audio that I can then listen to later on and capture what I want to remember. Now I can add as many notes as I want underneath my notebook algebra. Another thing that's really helpful when you're using Evernote is tagging. So right up here where it says plus tag, I can tag this notebook. So for this example, I would say something like algebraic equations, or any other tags that apply to what that lesson was about that day. What's really great about tags then is right down here where I have my tags, I'll be able to search my tags. I'll be able to take the tags that are listed and I can search them and also find them quickly. I have an image gallery, so when I start putting images in, it'll give me a gallery of those images to view. And one of the greatest features that by far is going to be super useful for students in a classroom is that you can now share your notes. So I could go down here, I could get the link to this note, and then I would allow, just by sharing this link, others to view my notes. If I were a student, one of the most useful extensions that I could get to help me with Evernote is something called Evernote Web Clipper. So if I'm in the Chrome Web Store, I would just do a quick search for Evernote Web Clipper. I look under extensions, and I would find it right here and add it to my Chrome. That would put the extension right up here. It looks like a little elephant. And what this is useful for is when I'm doing some research, so here I am in Evernote, and I'm in my biology class, and I'm working on a research project right now. And I'm researching, let's say, elephants. If I find an article that I find extremely useful that I know I'm going to want to keep to help in my research project, I can go up to the Evernote Web Clipper. What it will do is ask me what do I want to actually clip, the whole article, a simplified article, the full page, etc. So I could even do a screenshot if I wanted. I'll leave it article in this case. And then it'll ask me to organize where do I want to save this to. So it'll show me my different notebooks. So I want this in biology. and I'll leave it clicked there, and then I will just click the word save. What this does is clip now that page directly to my biology page. So if I go back to Evernote and I go back here and I'm just going to refresh my page, you can see it has now created a new note that has that article that I just wanted right in my Evernote notebook. So that would be extremely useful to any student to be able to clip the web, clip notes, clip docs, click whatever they need, and put them directly into their Evernote. Another great feature of Evernote is that you can set reminders. So if you had a test or a quiz coming up, you could go over here, you could set a reminder. They give you a little calendar to say when you want to be reminded. So I want to be reminded tomorrow, and it'll email me a reminder of what's going on. You can also mark this as done or clear the reminder when it's finished. And if you want to have quick access, if you have a lot of different notes in your notebooks and you're like, I really need to get back to this one tonight right away when I get home for homework, you can take your note and click and drag it right up here to what's called shortcuts. Think of shortcuts basically like favoriting or starring something, so that under your shortcuts you'll have the different lessons or notebooks really easily accessed. Well, I hope that you find Evernote as impressive as I do. For a student, I could see this being extremely helpful to keep track of everything that's happening in my classes and what's going on. As an adult and a professional, I use Evernote for just about everything. For our family, we keep notes, grocery lists, reminders, things to do. And as a professional, it's just a great way for me to be able to capture anything that's going on and be able to get back to it quickly. With all of the apps out there for mobile learning, I find Evernote to be one of the most useful and productive. I hope you feel the same way. If you do give Evernote a try, I'd love to hear your feedback and see how you're using it or how your students are using it. Until next time, I hope you're all doing well. Happy spring, everybody. It's like 40-some degrees here in Wisconsin, and we're thrilled with that. It's going to be a great spring. Bye, everyone.